More news is coming out of Lexington tonight as the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office announced they are launching another investigation into the Lexington Animal Shelter.
These are some of the images we showed you yesterday, sent to us by people who live in Lexington. They told us animals were laying in their own urine and feces inside their cages.
However, Lexington Police Chief Ronnie Johnson says those allegations are not true and they have nothing to hide, and thinks this investigation is related to a recent confrontation between himself and Cleveland County deputies. He gave News 4's Tanner DeLeon a look around the shelter today. So Tanner, what did things look like?
Well, the shelter was pretty small and it wasn't in very good condition. It's also right next to the city's water plant. There were 2 dogs inside and their cages were relatively clean, but there was liquid covering the floor, but we were told it was water. Chief Johnson says the new investigation will give the same results as the last. No violations to be found.
And I know recently there's been this incident last month that happened north of town here, on the north side of town. And then after that, all of a sudden, we're reopening a investigation that was closed 5-6 months ago.
Chief Johnson says it's peculiar that after an incident with the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office last month, they chose to open another investigation into the Lexington Animal Shelter after the first one they did found no violations committed.
I was told through their investigations and through the county's investigation, they saw no wrongdoing. There was no criminal acts being performed or anything like that.
We did not uncover anything illegal at that time, although I did have grave concerns over the way these animals were treated. In my opinion, it's inhumane. We as a society need to do better.
The Ames Division also conducted an investigation and concluded it, saying, quote, "At the time of the investigation, no violations were identified related to laws and rules governed by the Ames Division." But Sheriff Amison says new photos and videos shown to him has him concerned.
It was just recently when these came to light, and some new allegations and some new videos and photos have come to light that have caused us concern. Not just about the legality of this, but also about the inhumane treatment of these animals.
Animals lying in their own urine and feces are just some of the allegations. But community members have also told us the shelter euthanizes dogs by shooting them. Chief Johnson says that's not true.
The only time that I'm aware of that any animal has ever been shot in the head anywhere in my career has been in incidents where there's an immediate need for it. If the animal gets hit by a car, by a truck, or something out on the road, it can't walk or anything. It's done to ease the suffering of the animal.
Chief Johnson doubles down, saying the CCSO's investigation will not find anything illegal or criminal going on.
That's why I bring y'all down here, because there's nothing here to see.
Now, we also spoke with Paula Stanford, a member of the Lexington Animal Welfare Committee, which was voted on and approved by Lexington City Council in November, and this was after the first investigations concluded. She said their duty is to assess the current shelter and see where improvements can be made, saying their current spot is not the greatest, so they are in the process of looking for land to buy and to build a new facility.